I wanted to take a moment to give you my fellow bass trombonists, give you my insights on how I approached the different sections of this piece. It's basically in three sections. There's the opening swing section, and then a Latin section at letter C, and then it closes with another swing section. As a bass trombonist, when you're playing in the big band, you're either working on making sure you match the bari saxophone, or you're working on making sure you match the lead trombonist. And sometimes it's both, of course, you know. But the way I conceived of this is in the opening section, the opening swing section from A to C, I'm thinking like, you know, I'm just kind of along for the ride with the lead trombonist. I'm letting him or her, you know, just kind of, you know, drive the boat, and I'm just along for the ride, trying not to get in the way. So I'm playing with a lighter sound, I mean, almost a transparent sound. It's just they're sort of less supporting and more reinforcing what's happening probably an octave higher. That's a much more transparent sound than I would use in classical music. But for a section like this, in this specific jazz setting, that's what I would tend to use more of. And in other jazz moments, you make different sounds. I'm just making a specific case for this specific instance. So for that opening swing section, I'm thinking, you know, the lead player is doing the heavy lifting, and I'm just trying to match his style and just kind of reinforce what he's doing. And then when we get to the C section, where it gets into the Latin jazz style, that's where I'm feeling like this is more like the sort of thing that I have together with the bari sax. And you know, I'm just imagining him sitting in front of me, you know, and us laying it down together as a team with more of a supportive sound, where we're supporting everything else that the band is doing. Remember, in the in the beginning section, I was thinking about reinforcing what the lead trombone player is doing, but at C, I'm thinking of supporting the band as more of a sort of a functional bass foundation in tandem with the bari sax. It's a more supportive sound, and I'm using a little more air support. There's just a little more presence to the sound, and yes, I'm playing louder. So then when we get to that the closing swing section, it kind of starts with a thing that you have in tandem with the bari sax. So I'm kind of combining the two of reinforcing what the first trombone is doing, but also like getting this sort of supportive, giving the band support by teaming up with the bari sax. And when we get to sort of the second half of that closing swing section, that's where it kind of turns a little bit more back into doubling with the lead trombonist. So anyways, in a nutshell, what I'm thinking, opening swing section, I'm trying to just like reinforce the lead trombone player. At letter C, the Latin section, I'm thinking, all right, this is me and the bari sax kind of laying it down. And then back at D, it becomes sort of a hybrid of the two. So you bass trombonists out there, when you're playing in big band, be thinking about who should I be blending with here? Should I really be focusing in on the lead trombone, or should I really be focusing in on the bari sax, or both? Music is always in flux. It's always changing. That's part of what makes it so interesting and fun. Just make sure your mind is involved and you're thinking musically about what role should I be playing here? How can I best contribute to the band's sound?